Good morning. This is Pastor Jeff, and we're here for our daily lectionary readings. These readings are for Saturday, March 2nd. We're once again going to continue in Psalm 19 for our psalm reading as we look ahead to what is going to be happening at church on Sunday. Our Old Testament reading, we continue in the book of Exodus. We've been in Exodus 19 for the third straight day. So 19, 16 through 25. And then our New Testament reading is the Gospel of Mark, chapter 9, verses 2 through 8. And today we are going to be reading it out of the Living Bible. Psalm 19. The heavens are telling the glory of God. They are a marvelous display of his craftsmanship. Day and night they keep on telling about God without a sound or a word. Silent in the skies, their message reaches out to all the world. The sun lives in the heavens where God placed it and moves out across the skies as radiant as a bridegroom going to his wedding, or as joyous as an athlete looking forward to a race. The sun crosses the heavens from end to end, and nothing can hide it from its heat. God's laws are perfect. They protect us, make us wise, and give us joy and light. God's laws are pure, eternal, just. They are more desirable than gold. They are sweeter than honey, dripping from a honeycomb. For they warm us away from harm and give success to those who obey them. But how can I ever know what sins are lurking in my heart? Cleanse me from these hidden faults, and keep me from deliberate wrongs. Help me to stop doing them. Only then can I be free of guilt and innocent of some great crime. May my spoken words and unspoken thoughts be pleasing even to you, O Lord, my rock and my Redeemer. Our Old Testament reading is continuing in Exodus 19. We pick up the story in verse 16 today. On the morning of the third day, there was a terrific thunder and lightning storm, and a huge cloud came down upon the mountain. And there was a long, loud blast as from a ram's horn, and all the people trembled. Moses led them out from the camp to meet God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. All Mount Sinai was covered with smoke, because Jehovah descended upon it in the form of fire. The smoke billowed into the sky as from a furnace, and the whole mountain shook with a violent earthquake. As the trumpet blast grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God thundered his reply. So the Lord came down upon the top of the mountain, Mount Sinai, and called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses ascended to God. But the Lord told Moses, "Go back down and warn the people not to cross the boundary. They must not come up here to try to see God, for if they do, many of them will die. Even the priests on duty must sanctify themselves, or else I will destroy them." "But the people won't come up the mountain," Moses protested. "You told them not to. You told me to set boundaries around the mountain and declare it off limits because it is reserved for God." But Jehovah said, "Go down and bring Aaron back with you, and don't let the priests and the people break across the boundaries to try to come up here, or I will punish them." So Moses went down to the people and told them what God had said. Our New Testament reading comes from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 9, verses 2 through 8. 6 days later, Jesus took Peter, James, and John to the top of a mountain. No one else was up there. Suddenly, his face began to shine with glory, and his clothing became dazzling white, far more glorious than any earthly process could ever make it. Then Elijah and Moses appeared and began talking with Jesus. "Teacher, this is wonderful," Peter exclaimed. "We will make 3 shelters here, one for each of you." He said this just to be talking, for he didn't know what else to say, and they were all terribly frightened. But while he was still speaking these words, a cloud covered them, blotting out the sun, and a voice from the cloud said, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." Then, suddenly, they looked around, and Moses and Elijah were gone, and only Jesus was with them. And here ends our readings for the day.